Have you ever wondered, no matter what you do differently, you always seem to end up in the same place? Think about that. No matter what you've done differently than someone else, you've always ended up in the same place. So maybe you're here and you're saying, well, I'm here today, but why am I not like Tom Holden or Andy Webb or the Whiteds or Bobby Cannata or Richard Gorberty? Why aren't I like them? Well, as things happen in our life, we incorporate them into our stored beliefs about our world and about ourselves. And everyone has a different relationship with their mind, and it's because of our past. Everyone has a different relationship with our mind, and it's because of our past. Now pay attention, because this is where it gets a little deep. But there's only way to fix it. We all react to things differently based on what's happened to us in the past and our stored beliefs. Most of us interpret life based on the events we've experienced in the past. Now, it may not be apparent to you, but back in your mind, you are constantly comparing and judging and evaluating everything that comes through your senses with something that took place seconds, days, or even years ago. Just think about that for a moment. We all have expectations of how something's supposed to be. And it's because of our past. So if you drink coffee every day and you make it every single day, something as simple as this, and you come here and you taste Trim Cafe. And you say, well, that's not how coffee's supposed to taste. But maybe that coffee's amazing. But you're just used to it that way because of your past. Something that small. Well, you know what? I'm not going to make it, Stacy, because my mother told me my whole life to just quit. I'm never going to be good at anything. I should just stick to having about 4 kids, doing that. And that, by the way, that's a great job. I love being a mother. That's my favorite thing I've ever done. So I'm not saying anything, but when somebody tells you just stick to doing something that they think you're good at, that's how you remember things as you move forward. So anytime somebody asks you to step out of your comfort zone and try something you've never done, you hear that voice in the back of your mind screaming, you can't do that. You can't make it happen. And if you were not that popular person in school, and people picked on you, and you were embarrassed because they made you feel bad because they bullied you and they were brats, and you felt bad about yourselves, and you're afraid to speak in front of people, and you've never been very social, and you've never went to a lot of parties because of it, it's affected you your whole life, hasn't it? You're not good in social situations. In fact, you figure out ways to avoid getting into them. You don't want to go to the great party because you were never able to go before because nobody really liked you. And you believe nobody liked you for a reason, because you were boring and no fun and nobody wanted to hang around with you. You don't have any confidence in yourself because you believed what they said about you. You believed what they said about you, and because of it, you lacked confidence. You lacked the ability to just get up and go. Do you understand how your past is controlling your future? Your past is controlling your future. So we've imprisoned our minds in seeing life through a small tinted window, something we have created already. I don't want you to live your life through the past because we've created a distorted version of reality. We've created a distorted version. I promise you my feet are clean and nice and pretty. Anyway, since everyone's life has been so different in the past, that's why 2 people can respond differently to the same situation, because they're already programmed. See, JR says that people have programmed their brains since they're little by other people, and they become how they've been programmed. And that's why today he's going to reprogram your thinking with the brain. Right, JR? He's going to reprogram their brain today. So here it is. Let me skip ahead so I can be on time. All right. It's important for you to recognize here that your past is only relevant to the extent that you use it to make future predictions, but not decisions. You see, if it's your thinking, it is your thinking about the future and what you're expecting in life that leads to your actions that create the experiences that you can end up living. So how do we overcome that? See, the good news is that once you're aware of it, you can intercept the process. And you can create new expectations and ways of thinking about the future that will result in different actions. Does that make sense to you? But you have to be consciously aware of it. We need to learn to use our memories and thoughts intelligently without being trapped by them. So stop listening to what those people in the back of your head said 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or when you're 3 or 4, because that's real. It is scientifically proven that every decision we make today is affected by our past. It's been decided on by our past. And the only way to change that is to live right now in today's moment and forget the past and forgive yourself. Period. Forgive yourself. You got to live in the present moment. Fear is a horrible thing. It's a senseless emotion. It does nothing for us. It's just like worry. When you worry about something, does it ever change the outcome? When you fear something, does it ever change the outcome? No. The only thing it does is hurt you more. Now, does that mean you can't be fearful? No, of course, it's normal. It's human. We're all fearful of something. But it doesn't mean that fear controls you. Now, I've always been public. I am scared to death to fly. Dwayne, everybody knows it. Andrew knows it. Mark knows it. My husband knows it. I'm scared to death, yes or no? I fly every week. Every single week. Why? Because I'm going to do great. I'm going to keep doing what I fear of, what I am fearful of, and I'm going to keep doing it all the time to prove to myself that it's not going to control me and it's not going to hurt me. I don't make excuses. I don't make excuses why I can't get on the plane. I don't make excuses. I pray a lot up there, but I don't make excuses. I don't make excuses. Why? Because I have a why. I have a why. And many times when I get on that plane, on the other side of that why is my family, and I'm flying to see my grandkids, my granddaughter, Ava, my grandson, Aiden, the people I love, because my why is the thing that wakes me up every day. I love David and Stacy's why. I said, what's your why? And you know what they said to me? Jared, this was one of my favorite whys I ever heard. They said their why is to get money out of the way so people can do and fulfill their God-given destiny. Get money out of the way. Because they're right. Money's not everything, but we need it. We're going to get it out of the way so we can do the things we want to do. And let me tell you something, folks, you can't do it in any other business faster or better than this. You can work your whole life for somebody else and nothing will change. You are good. I love you. That's why you're my best friend. I took my shoes off, though. You're a little late, but I still love you for trying. The first step to overcoming fear in your past is to notice that you're expecting something negative or unwanted to occur. See, most people don't see it that way. They just put themselves in that position. They say, well, this will never happen to me. I can't make it because I've been told my whole life I can't make it. And I remember all the experiences I had where I tried to speak in front of a room of people in my class and everybody laughed at me. The teacher allowed everybody to laugh at me when she asked me to give my report, and I'll never forget that feeling. And because of that, I never came back up on stage again. When I was 21, I was with Aaron. I showed the first plan. I fainted in front of everybody on the floor. Swear to God, true or false? But you know what? I kept trying, and here I am. I kept trying, and here I am. You got to keep trying at what your past has told you you can't do. You got to acknowledge what the past has said to you all along. That's the first step. And then you got to keep going and do it again. And then you got to put it behind you. Because once you notice that you are expecting something that isn't actually going to occur, you got to ask yourself a simple question. What do I want to happen? What do I want to happen? I've decided that what I don't want to happen, is not going to happen. What I don't want to happen is not going to happen because that's what my past is. So what is it now that I want to happen? David and Stacy, I want to make it. Can you show me how to make it? I'll follow you. I'll go to the meetings with you. I'll do whatever you say. Would you help me? Would you say no to someone like that? I've made a mistake. I've listened to myself from the past. Everybody has told me all the things that are wrong with me, and I've believed every bit of it up until now. In fact, every decision I've ever made in my entire life has been based off my past by what everybody has ever told me about myself. Well, you know what? I'm putting that to bed. I'm not that person. I'm different. I can change my life. I'll be something. I'm going to do something. I need to do something. Would you help me get there?